Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. The coach is back with some, hopefully, words of encouragement this evening. Hope everybody's 2024 is off to a great start once again. And I thought that I would go over some of my personal moves that I made today. So those of you that follow me very closely know that I got into some Square stock on, or I keep calling it Square, but it's really block stock. I got in Tuesday, and today I actually decided to become not a solely Tesla investor in YieldMax. So now I have 3 YieldMax funds instead of 1. So I finally took the plunge and decided to buy into SQY and CONY, also known as CONY, because I think Coinbase and SQ, also known as Block, are going to have a really good year in 2024. And I'll go into the rationale for why I think that's the case, or why I think that will be the case here shortly. But I bought about 50 shares each because we've had a little bit of a dip. Now, in hindsight, I would have actually rather bought when they went public back in like August, and I think SQY went public like in October or something. I would have rather bought then, because obviously they've gone way up since then, and we've reaped some really nice, like 100% annualized dividends. So hopefully all that continues. But I'm going to look at Yahoo Finance, and I'll go into my rationale for why I think these are going to do really well in 2024. So let's pull up Yahoo Finance, and if anybody agrees or disagrees in the comments section, feel free to chat away. So far, one of you thinks it's a great move, and that's great that you think that. I agree, and of course by the end of the year we will certainly find out. So without further ado, let's go into Yahoo Finance. All right. Okay, so here comes the screen share. Okay, we're looking pretty good in the futures tomorrow. The Dow is up 31, the Nasdaq's up 2.75, the Russell is up, still back below 2,000, by the way. Also, speaking of that, I'm glad I brought that up because I finally got into the TNA, the small cap directional daily bullish 3x shares. It lost a few cents today, again, but if I put my 2 cents in on it, I think that we're still going to have a really good year. Crude oil is up slightly. Gold is up. Gold is actually higher than the Russell 2000. Go figure. And the S&P is up in the futures, 3.75. Tesla was down today, 52 cents. Tesla was down 3 cents. So it underperformed Tesla again because Tesla was down 0.22. Tesla was down 0.26, so it underperformed by 0.04. TNA was down. I got in around like 36, so I'm down in the ones I got today. Now Square has continued to drop since Tuesday, which was our first trading day of the year. I think I got in at 72. It's down another $4. But if you're a long-term investor, you don't really pay attention to such nonsense, right? Let me check. No new comments here. Feel free to comment away. We need to get the live audience back to where it was. Still growing in the subscriber count, of course. Oh, that's right. I don't want to mention that too much. I need to have like my cue cards in front of me here. At least I brought the kitchen back. I mean, I know that was, you guys were feeling withdrawals from not seeing the kitchen in the background. Anyway, but I can assure you it will be short-lived because very soon we'll be going back to the desk. So anyway, block is 68.15. So we've pulled back from our highs at the end of the year. We were at 77.35 on Christmas Day, which of course was a non-trading day. So we've fallen almost $10 from there. Since the start of the year, we have gone from 73.08, and then we fell, so where I bought here, of course, my timing in the short term is never right. I feel like I'm a long-term investor. My short-term timing is just never right when it comes to a stock. I have no market moving power. Maybe one day I will. If Blake and I get you all to buy high tide, then maybe we were market movers. That's a joke. We're not, of course. Not like some of these bigger YouTubers. Anyway, So 72.22, we dropped almost $4 from there. Actually, we have dropped over $4 since Tuesday. It's a little bit of a bummer. But I think, and like I've said before, let me just look at earnings real quick. So earnings are due out on February 21st. Now, here's the thing. Like I always say with earnings, so the projections keep going up. If you were to draw a trend line over here to the bottom right of the screen, you'll see that the white dots, which are projections, they keep trending upward. So luckily, 3 out of the last 4 quarters, we beat earnings. How do I know that? Because I'm staring at the screen and I'm staring at the camera at the same time. Multitasking in a way, right? So 3 out of the last 4 quarters, we've beat earnings with block stock. We missed fourth quarter of 22, which of course that was a disastrous year with inflation and all that, which of course no longer exists. But that's another story. Quarter 1, 23, we beat earnings. Quarter 2 and quarter 3, we significantly beat earnings. So we're starting to see a separation between the analyst projections and the actual. So we're starting to not only beat earnings, but we're like separating. There's a gap between the projection and the actual. We want that to stay positive, of course. In quarter 4, which will come February 21st, because the trend keeps going up higher and higher, I see it being difficult for them to meet this one for the fourth quarter. But who knows? If they miss it, then the stock will crash again. But as far as our long-term outlook here, I think that all of these stocks are going to recover back to their 2021 highs. Why do I think that? Just a hunch. I asked the 8 ball, and the 8 ball said it would. So that's my professional expert opinion on why I think it's going to get back. Actually, it's a little more than that. I feel that once the Fed starts slowing and cutting interest rates again, we're going to see all of these stocks. We're going to see it's going to be a massive stimulus for the stock market. So we're going to see this mountaintop come back again. Like the saying goes, ain't no mountain high enough. For stocks too, right? That's a great way to think in 2024. That could be our motto. So we peaked out at like 270. So the theory, if we just get back to where we were, we have a huge upside in this, which means more premium, more dividend harvested, more income, and a fund hopefully appreciating in value like it has been doing. So that's why I'm super excited, not only about block stock, but SQY. And so after the pullback today, which as we know with YieldMax funds, when they pull back, the drop is a lot more significant than the increase. So I believe this one has pulled back almost $3, the SQY. Let me just check something here. Okay, we got a few of you on. So class attendance is improving, but we still got some work to do in that department. But that's okay. It's still early in the new year. We still have like 361 days to get this right. Okay, so we're at 23.28 in the YieldMax SQY fund. We debuted, I always want to say debuted or debuted because that's what it looks like with the spelling. English is confusing sometimes, of course, even for native speakers. So the Halloween lows that I'd like to reference a lot, we were down to 1747. Of course, that would have been a great time to scoop some of these shares up. October 11th was when it actually appears to have gone public. Let's see. And I'm sure I should have these dates memorized. In fact, if I had these dates memorized, I'm positive that my sub count would be double. Oops, there I go again mentioning that. Sorry about that. I'll try to work on that. Like I said, still early in the new year, right? Okay, so we peaked out. Here's the thing. So we ran up as block stock. I still keep wanting to call it square, but as block stock ran up, this also ran up. So we were at 26.60 just mere days ago. We've fallen about $3.32, which is why me, yours truly, scooped up 50 shares, which is all I could do at the moment. Got to get that ad revenue cranking so I can buy some more, right? Which all of you can help me in that department, of course. Spread the word. Okay, so we dropped to 23.28. So, of course, I scooped up some of these bad boys today. And if it keeps dropping, I'll probably scoop up some more. Because why not? The 8 ball said I should. I'm sorry, the advanced financial forecasting equipment, which happens to not be right in front of me right now. I'll have to talk to my assistant about that. Okay, so that is that. We are getting a pretty solid dividend. I believe annualized, we're like over 100% in these dividends. Let's see here. And it's going to be, certainly is going to be an interesting year for investing. That's right. So we had the big one December 7th, a date which will live in infamy, especially for dividend investors. $2.15 approximately. So annualizing that, that was a massive one. We're probably not going to see that always because we only saw 43 cents, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that Block ran up so fast in that month that dividend was calculated based on. So I'm super bullish on that one. And then the other one, CONY, I will give you all the coach's professional thesis on this one as well. So it starts with Coinbase, which is very similar. It's a very similar argument to the SQY situation. So part 2 or act 2 of this act, because that's what this all is. This is an act. This is infotainment, entertainment. None of this is advice. This is just really edutainment. How's that? So Coinbase actually went up today. Now, Coinbase, I believe, went public back in 2021. Let me point the pen at the camera so I look really official. You all will take me more seriously then, of course. If the kitchen backdrop doesn't make you take me seriously already. Anyway, so Coinbase stock went public in the summer of 2021, and we ran up. It was like, it almost behaved like a meme stock. It ran up massively. I'm sorry, it was actually April. We were at 342. We ran up by November when everything peaked out. November 2021, when everything peaked out, we were at 343. So I want to say this one had gotten, well, it was, in my own mind, I feel like it was close to 400. And I tend to, when the historical prices don't match what's in my mind, I just go with what's in my mind anyway. A little bit of a joke, but we were at like 342. So my professional thesis that I would definitely turn in as a professional thesis would be that we have $200 of upside in this stock, just getting back to 2021 highs, which stocks typically, once they surpass their prior high, they keep going. Just look at NVIDIA after all. So that one, or this one, I think we have a massive upside as well. Very similar to the SQY argument. Now that we've looked at that one, and take this one home, read this one and weep, right? So Coinbase, okay, a lot of you are going to knock yourself for this one because I'm definitely knocking myself. Think about this. A year ago today, okay, Coinbase was $33 a share. Could have had this stock for $33 a share. So what is that, like a 6x almost? Or 5x at least? In just a year? So 2023 was pretty good after all. Now, let's look at CONY. Gets me choked up. So CONY, CONY, is up to 26.27. So this one actually did go up after the coach bought in, which is always a good sign because when it goes up after I buy in, it makes me look smart. And that's my number one goal in life, is to look smart, especially in front of a camera. So we're at 26.27 today. Now, the real deal here with this one, so we opened up August 15th at 19.76. So we've gone up almost $7 a share in this one, while it has paid out 100% dividend, which is just unheard of. That is what makes the appeal of YieldMax what it is, because Jay and company are crushing it with this one. And next time we have him on, I'll definitely give praise where praise is due for how they've handled this one. I don't know if it's just that it's the new kid on the block and they're more focused on it or what, but we'll definitely give praise where praise is due. So we peaked out right at the end of the year, 30.08. We've fallen $4 from there. So the pullback is where I finally decided to pull the trigger and buy into it. So we fell down to 25.72 yesterday. And then today we started to recover a bit. Let's see here. So I bought in somewhere in the $26 range or so. I might be slightly down in it, but I'm going to keep on. If it drops some more, I'm going to pare down and keep on buying down. Probably use my dividends from Tesla to buy in. Of course, I think Tesla is at a good buying point too, but who knows, you know? So this one, yeah, I think this one, just like Square, or there I go again, Block and SQY, has a lot of room to run, especially as the market recovers. So I think we're going to be in really solid shape with these. Now, with that being said, let me go into some comments here. First one that I haven't read up to this point is Battles from the Bank. Great name. Gotta love the name. I'm nervous getting into CONY now at this higher price. This seems like a new Tesla. Don't be nervous. Some of my exes tell me that. Jonah Weingarten, you sound like a jewelry dealer or something. I don't know why. It just sounds like one of those like Weingarten engagement rings or something. Anyway, nice name. Your name has a nice ring to it. No pun intended. Hey, Coach, nice to see you and awesome to be here for a live stream. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. When a lot of you attend that aren't able to attend, it just makes my day that I picked the right time to go live. I've been pretty stoked on CONY as well. Well, that's good. I'm definitely stoked too. TD Travels is on, says, good evening, Coach. Finally caught you live. Well, you did catch me. I'm glad you did. It's good to be caught. Chris Cardona says, hello, Guardians. A little factoid, QQQY dividend was a qualified one. Okay, well, yeah, I'll have to be dealing with that pretty soon because tax season is upon us in like 3 months. Always one of our favorite times of year, of course. And then let's see. What else do we have here? Block stock and 2 smoking barrels. Nice play on words there. Oops, I skipped around here. Kruckerfeller says 2,000 shares of CONY at $18. Very happy. See, you all just have like better timing than I do. So that's the thing. When the student surpass the teacher, you know the teacher has taught well, right? Or the coach has coached well. So that's awesome. I mean, that's I envy that in a way. I wish I got in at that time, like I was just saying. Jonah says, haha, my name is German AF. There's actually a Weingarten Realty that is a stock. Oh, we might have to look that up as bonus since I'm still on the Yahoo screen here. Weingarten Realty. I wonder if that's like a REIT or something. I did think, oh, is it private Muller Weingarten AG? Is AG and OG? Anyway, so that's pretty much my theory on those two. Hopefully we have a great year of investing. And, oh, let's see here. We got a few more of you here. MRNY and AIYY were nice surprises today. Oh, we didn't look at those. Cecilia says, I have CONY at 23, but only 22 shares. Planning to add more tomorrow. Bought 2 shares of SQY today. Oh, that's good. I want to buy a lot more, but I'm not sure if I want to dump everything into it. You never know what is going to happen with the job market and stuff like that this year. We could be in for a wild ride. Who knows? Anthony V says, are you bullish on Clip this year? Also, what's your favorite investing book? Well, my favorite investing book has to be the one that I've done an audiobook of, which happens to be 100 Baggers. And I'm overdue for parts, what are we on? But there's probably going to be parts 3, 4, maybe 5, unless I can condense it into 2. I might just do 3 because I like the production value of 3 videos versus 2, you know. So I might do that. So that has to be my favorite at the moment, but subject to change at a moment's notice. So Clip, I just have Clip because honestly, you all talked me into buying some of it, so I thought I'd shove some money into it. Let's see here. Not that that's a viable strategy, of course, but Tesla trades 24/7 on trading days. Yes, is a REIT. 24/7. No, there's after hours. What are you saying 24/7? We have after hours. Unless you know something I don't, which is entirely possible. What are your top 5 picks right now for stocks or for ETFs? Right now, I would have to say CONY, SQY, TNA. And I also probably want to do some leap options on the UPRO and the TQQQs. So those would have to be my 5 at the moment. Let's see. I'm not sure I feel comfortable investing in MRNY given the underlying was pandemic centric. Well, yeah, I think Moderna's done, honestly. And I did a foolish call option in that one 2 years ago, and I lost the whole premium. Tesla is not a REIT, it's a RIC. Okay, interesting. All right, you all. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. glad we got a lot of you on. A like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And we're going to try to get back to more consistent videos. Had kind of a crazy, chaotic end to the year in 2023, but we're going to be back on schedule here soon with the podcast as well. So thank you all again for tuning in. And what's this here? Let me read a couple more. You guys like to get me right at the end, right as I'm about to go. Losing money is a poopy diaper. It definitely is. Moderna has had some news on cancer vax. I think that they have some stuff out there that they haven't released, but one day they will. Hopefully. We can hope, right? 2024 should be the year of hope, not just the year of the dragon, right? Anyway, so like, comment, and subscribe if you all haven't already. Thank you all for tuning in again, and take care, and we will see you all very soon. Have a great night.